Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here and show you this little table I was working on. I have this little table here. It's painted in black cherry from Wise Owl. So I got all this paint from the contest. I don't know, it was a year or two ago. It was the front porch updo contest. So, and I got a bunch of products. So I did use the black cherry on my front door, and I use this, and I still have some other colors. I had Sam Alice cut me a stencil, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the golden ticket. This is by Debbie's DIY Design Diary or paint. This is her liquid patina, and they call it the golden ticket. And this is probably my 4th jar, so that speaks for itself. Okay, but what I wanted to show you was I just have my brush, and I was loading it a little because it was all clean, and I wanted to give it a minute so the paint would be able to get into the bristles just a little bit, so I had a little flexibility. So what I'm gonna do too, and I like this because you just have to, I use the Royal Design Studio brushes. You might be upside down, I'm sorry if you are. I've had this set of brushes for a long time. They're the best brushes I've ever used, and I like them a lot, and I take care of them, and they've lasted. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go real light. This stencil is so skinny and fine cut in some places. I'm gonna have to just get my fingers in there, because if I don't, it'll pop up and the final print won't be as crisp as I'd like it to be. Oh, and please excuse my voice. I have a terrible cold. I'm coming off of it, but I still sound terrible. But I'm just gonna keep going too. And another thing, let me tell you too, when you're stenciling like this, take your time. Don't try to get it all, in the first try. You're better to do a light coat going over everything, and then come back with your second coat, and it'll completely fill it in. And plus too, it'll give a little adhesion, and that's because you want your stencil to stay down and not be popping up, because you don't want runs but like I said, this one's a little finicky. There's some really tiny little places of vinyl, and they're not hooked to too much. So this is a cute saying. It says, "Oh, the life of a bee, to hum his own song all day long." And I've always, I don't remember who wrote that. I'll try to remember to look. But I just read this years ago, and I've just always loved it. And I'll probably put some bees on there too. But see, I don't really have that much paint on this brush. So I'm just gonna, probably by the time I go over it with the second coat, it'll have everything really good. And then I'll go along where some of the letters have to be joined together. I'll do by hand with a little brush. And really, I poured that much on there. I didn't really even need that much of this golden ticket. So, and I like this too because it's like a one and done kind of thing. But I've used this on a lot of stuff, but I especially love it too when I'm stenciling. It's just the right medium and texture. And when you use it like this, you can thicken it up just by leaving it sit out for a few seconds, and it just makes for really nice. See, I hardly need to even be putting my finger down. There'll be a couple like this little guy here. He's going to be a pill. But don't be ashamed either if you have to go through and straighten up with the with a brush. I mean, we all pray for a perfect print, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So, and honestly, I probably could have made this in the first bypass because it would give it more of a chippy kind of look. So it would look like it was older. Let me see, we'll get on down here. And let me see, let me take a look at it. Okay, it looks really good. I'm gonna just set that aside. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the stencil. I don't let mine set around. The only time you would ever really need to is if you had a runny stencil. But see how nice and clear that is? And it's good. And then I'm gonna get a real tiny little brush, little painter's brush or artist brush, whatever. There's a couple little spots that I'm gonna have to touch up where letters could, you know, how a stencil is. Not every piece is solid. So I'm just gonna sit here and lightly touch up all that. And I'm gonna go through it all, and then it looks all solid. And a lot of times too, it almost looks like you painted it on there by hand. I hope y'all can see this really good. I think I'm going to, when I get this done, I'm going to put a good top coat on it because it's going to go back on the porch. Oh, I love this. I'm going to have to put some of this golden ticket and gold foiling. I love gold foiling too. Okay. But that's how easy that is. You just keep going on and on. And once again, it does not have to be perfect. I think it looks better if it's not perfect because it almost looks like someone could have written it. Got a couple here and on the other half. I'm gonna start having more videos. I'm gonna try to update all my old videos and get some new videos and some new stuff out too. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm really excited about how that's turned out. So I thought I'd just get on here and show you how easy it is to stencil. And let's see, let me turn it around so it'll be frontwards for you guys. There we go. All right, until the next time.